Welcome to another Tall Ship Tuesday. My name's Jessie. I'm one of the historical interpreters here on Tall Ship Providence, as well as a historical costumer for the Tall Ship Providence Foundation. And you're probably wondering why I look like I'm dressed like this today, and it's because I'm going to be doing a little get dressed with me on what a sailor would have worn in the 18th century. So to start off with, generally sailors, your main garment that you're also going to wear as basically your undergarment is going to be one of these shirts. As you can see, it is very large on me. Generally, these are going to be made of probably some sort of linen. Later in the time period, you might see more cotton, but linen is most common because it's a very sturdy fabric, as you've probably heard me mention on prior Tall Ship Tuesdays. When you wear it, it's going to be very long and it's going to probably come down to your knees, and this is also going to be your main source of your sleepwear. So when you're in the hammocks down in the hold sleeping, this is basically kind of the closest garment to your skin at any given time. Next thing, in terms of garments, you're not going to see a lot of talk about underwear, because the underwear we know for the more in a modern day situation, it isn't going to come until for another 100 years. So this is basically your skin garment that's going to touch your skin at any point, and it's going to be the garment that is most frequently washed at any time. The next important garments that we wear for our uniforms and would have been worn historically are going to be stockings, generally made out of some sort of silk or a knit fabric like wool, even occasionally some cotton in later time periods, but something that basically can go up over your knee, or in my case at least right to the knee, and is basically going to help do a couple things. It's going to be a nice barrier for your shoes. It's going to help with wicking away moisture, sweat, dirt. This is also going to be probably the next most common thing you're going to wash on board these. When you're out at sea, there's going to be a lot of time in between for laundry and everything like that, so you want stuff that is going to be easy to wash and can be washed pretty roughly, since we're not using washing machines. Next thing is going to be these slopes. These are what's called front folds, which means literally they fall front, and it's basically going to be worn as basically the pants of the time period. They have buttons, would have been again mainly cotton or wool, depending on if it was winter. Sometimes you would wear these without stockings if, say, you were going aloft. They have buttons at the front for buttoning up, and then those front fall closures will button at the side. And then occasionally, to help kind of hold the stockings in place, we have our buttons here on the side. We also sometimes have leather garters that we will use. At this point now, we are ready for the wool waistcoat. It's basically a vest made out of wool with a lining of, again, probably silk or cotton, and brass buttons. You're basically going to just button it down. This is more used for less when you're working and more like coming on and off the ship. You're going to town, you're getting a drink. This is also going to be the start of basically your basis for the military uniforms of the time period. In my case, this is going to be a dark blue, dyed probably with indigo. Anyone that's wearing red is probably going to have theirs dyed with madder root. Which, speaking of red, at this point now we are pretty much dressed. At this point I could slip on my shoes. I do not have historically accurate shoes with me today, so we're not going to do that, but again, you probably would wear shoes when you're going out at the town. Otherwise, you're probably barefoot on board, since a lot of the maintenance will be done aloft and you want good grip on with your feet. At this point, I'm grabbing my kerchief or a neckerchief. It is a handkerchief. This one is made out of cotton. Silk is also very popular, but that's more of a status symbol. And we're just going to give this a little square knot, a little sailor's knot. And basically at this point, this will help cover my neck, give me a little sun, help absorb sweat, and also basically helps tie everything together and gives me a proper uniform look for when, say, the captain is coming on board. I'll check my buttons. These are going to be made out of wood or bone. At this point, I'm ready now to head out to town or to meet the captain. Once we actually are ready to set sail, I'll probably take off at least my waistcoat, maybe taking off my stockings, and I'll be good to go aloft and do maintenance on the ship. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you on another Tall Ship Tuesday.